Welcome back, everybody. As you probably guessed from the thumbnail, we are going over and testing this helmet here today from TacticalXmen. It is rated for level 3A, so before we even move on from that, in the United States, helmets are not rated by the NIJ scale, if you will. They're rated by the Army and the Army's criteria, which doesn't include level 3, level 3A, any of those sorts of things. That is a rating for body armor in America, but that is what this helmet is supposedly rated for. So it comes in two different colors, FDE and black, which you guys will see. It does come with everything you see here outside of the night vision, obviously. So it comes like that. Additionally, it has a little goodie pack that it comes with, as well as a helmet cover. And in the pack there, we will show you what it contains. And basically it contains replacement headbands, or head pads rather, excuse me, if I can speak. And additionally, little clips for your rails on the side there if you want to run lights and things like that. So one thing that's nice about it is it's relatively lightweight for an actual armored helmet. It comes in right at 3.7 pounds on my scale. So for a helmet, particularly one that has actual ear coverage, that's not bad at all. What I mean by that is this portion here, it's not high cut. Obviously, we have our optics mount here. It does come with the bungees for your night vision. And additionally, rather, if I can put them back in there, like I said, it has those rail panels. The rail panels are loose when it comes from the factory. So you do have to tighten them up, at least in my case, I did. And you can kind of see there, it has like a weird kind of cut angle to it. Also has this large portion here on the back if you guys want to attach a weight, a counterweight, which if you're running night vision, you will want to do, or else you will have a terrible headache in very short order. One thing I like about the rails is that they offer the little 1913 space right there, and then behind there they have those sliding pieces that you guys just saw, which is what we're typically used to here in America with helmets. The actual webbing that it comes with does have a tensioning device to tighten it down with, and our side pieces here are insulated for cooling. It is fully adjustable with these things right here. Basically, to adjust it, you just slide it and then slide it back to tighten it once it's on your head. And one thing about it that I think is a con for sure is that it only has one size. So typically in America, we're, for helmets anyway, it goes by small, large, extra large, medium, etc. This only has one size. For a helmet, I wear a size large. So this is my normal helmet that I use from 3M. It's fantastic. And again, all of the attachments that you guys see on here, you could put on here as well. I tested them. They're nice and tight. There's no issues with that. The difference that you definitely see though is we have the Wilcox mount on there on the front. And when you put your night vision on this particular one here, that would be me. That's not the product of the helmet. Jeez, can't get it hooked. There we go. So when you put your night vision on here, you get it clicked in. Again, this is a Wilcox mount, so it's essentially the industry standard, at least in my opinion. You are not as tight as I would like to be. It's moving around in there a little bit. I'm not sure if that shows up on camera, but I can assure you it is. Versus your Wilcox mount that I had there on my 3M helmet, it's rock solid, snug as can be. So you do get a little bit of movement. Putting it on is obviously very simple. You just put it on as you would expect. And like I said, I am a size large normally in helmets, and this thing is definitely a little bit big for me. But with the tightening system, it makes it relatively secure. So last night I was LARPing in my backyard. Tension that up real quick. So right now my head's being squeezed reasonably well with that tensioning system. It does work quite well. And I was LARPing in my backyard with the night vision on, obviously single tube, and it was fine. I mean, like in terms of practically using it, it worked fine. It does move a little bit, like I said, but you can mount down and have it, you can adjust obviously with the Wilcox mount in and out, up and down, all of those sorts of things, but you absolutely can use it and it works just fine from a practical standpoint. Again, if you are actually running dedicated night vision, counterweight would be key. But anyway, what we're going to do next is we have some dirt in a box, so it's super scientific, and we are going to start shooting one of these things to show you guys basically what it can stand up to, what it can't stand up to. I meant to bring a sandbag out to put in the middle, but I didn't. I forgot. So regardless, we're going to shoot it anyway. It'll just be a little bit more movement in the helmet, which is exciting for video purposes anyway. So let's get to it. We have the helmet downrange at about 10 feet. Up first, we have some Minuteman munitions, 115 grain out of my Canik Mete Pro, and we'll see how it likes it. Let's check it out. As y'all saw in the slow motion, we had our entrance point there, and absolutely no pass-through. I'm not sure if you guys can see that on camera, but I will actually let me just pull the pads out for the whole video. That probably makes sense. But back face deformation is actually pretty good. So again, not sure if you guys can see it there on camera, but it's right there. The shadowing here makes it a little rough, but it is what it is. Let's keep going. Handled 9mm just fine. Now we have some ball, 230 grain Remington, 45 ACP. Let's see how she likes it. As you guys saw, it looks like we actually deflected off the mount there, went in there, and you can still, I'm not sure if you guys can see it there on camera, but you can actually still see the bullet right there. So it definitely did not penetrate. And in terms of back face deformation, it's actually less than we had with the 9mm, which is interesting because the helmet itself jumped more when it got shot for sure. So if you guys can see that now that the sun's down, we have 45, 9mm. All right, let's keep going. Up to this point, I don't think I actually discussed the NIJ rating of 3A, but basically it's rated to stop everything up to and including 357 Magnum and 44 Magnum. 357 Magnum right here coming out of a 686 plus with a 4-inch barrel, so you're getting good velocity out of it. This is a Swift A-frame Federal load, 180 grainer. I think it's going to jump on this one. We'll see. As y'all saw in the slow-mo, we crushed that helmet, absolutely caved it in with a 357 Magnum. Again, that is a lot of energy to expect anything to take, and we definitely had some serious back face deformation there. Hopefully you guys can see that. If we can actually get in there so you guys can see. I mean, you'd be hurt. Your skull might be cracked with that. And that kind of goes to show just why, again, in America, that we use armor standards for armor and then the helmet standards for helmets, because backface deformation on a helmet is very different than it is on your chest or something like that, the consequences of it, that is. Would you be stopped? Did it stop it? Of course. You guys can see that there. It stopped it just fine. Would you be way better off than if you had nothing on? Absolutely, 1000%. Would it be good? Probably not. You'd probably at least have a cracked skull, best case scenario. So regardless, let's keep going. We got to see if this thing's going to fail. Up next, we have something that is absolutely 100% not rated for in any way, shape, or form. 460 Smith & Wesson. Arguably the hottest handgun caliber out there, at least in normal production anyway. So we have some Underwood ammo. This is a 300 grain XTP projectile, and we have an 8-inch barrel on there. It's going to be smoking. If you guys haven't kind of guessed, it's well into the triple digits here. And when my hands are sweaty, this grip can be a little bit slippery. So that's why I put gloves on, because you want to be safe when handling these guns, because they are no joke, folks. None. Let's see how it does. It's absolutely not rated for this. As y'all saw in the slow-mo, we went in there through the little piece of hook and loop tape, and then on the backside, hopefully clear that out so you guys can see, it absolutely stopped it. Again, horrific backface deformation. Your skull would definitely be cracked if you took a round of 460 Smith & Wesson from an 8-inch barrel at 10 feet. I don't recommend doing that. But so there's our backface deformation, as you guys can see. It stopped it though, pretty gnarly. I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can. That bullet's moving around in there. Anyway, let's keep going. Next up, we're gonna fire some 5.7. Definitely, again, not rated to handle this. genuinely interested to see how it does. This is a 40 grain federal ball stuff coming out of our PSA 57 rock, so it's got plenty of barrel length on there, and it'll be humming. Let's see. Let's check it out. You guys have seen the slow-mo. I haven't. I don't know if it was easy to tell, but it hit right there on the actual mount itself, and then went inside and had pretty minimal backface deformation right there. Basically exactly what the 9mm had, maybe even a little bit less. Interesting, because again, that round is way lighter, but it's going way faster. So regardless, we're gonna keep going. Next up, once again, a round it is absolutely not in any way, shape, or form rated for. You guys can see on the top of that mag, that's our subsonic. It's a Gorilla 300 Blackout with a 215 grain burger bullet in there. We're gonna send it out of our Daniel Defense ISR, so integrated suppressed rifle. Should be nice and quiet. And my guess is it'll go right through, but one way to find out, kids. Let's check it out. As longtime viewers of the channel know that when we change location, that generally is not a good sign for the product. I had a knack during this review for actually shooting the mounts. That was totally unintentional in every way, but I shot the crap out of these mounts, and it went right between it on this one. Right through that little hole is where we had our entry point. Went through the back, ripped it out, as you guys can see there. You guys can see that UHW MPE material in there, which is what this is made out of. And then, I don't know if you guys can tell, but right there, it stuck itself right in the back of it. So it didn't go through both layers, but it definitely went through one layer and got stuck in the back. So no doubt about it, Subsonic 300 Blackout will punch right through level 3A armor, which is exactly what we'd expect. Other things on the helmet that we haven't discussed this far, one thing that's always going to be important is going to be price point on these. And these right now are coming in at $400 or $399, I believe. And there should be a discount code on your screen and in the video description to save you guys a little bit of money on that. So compared to other competitive offerings out there, I mean, it's priced competitively, right? So there's not a lot that's going to be cheaper, that's going to be as light as this is and have the capabilities that it has. That said, everything on it's not perfect. Like I said, the mount there is a little bit loosey-goosey, and of course the sizing, it's only one size. So again, just to kind of give you a size idea, right? Again, I have it all tightened down so it's nice and snug. But again, I normally wear a size large helmet, and on me it definitely fits largely. So I have to use that inner suspension to tighten it down that we talked about earlier to get it somewhat snug, and it still moves a little bit more than I would like, and that's just because of the size. So in terms of sizing in US standards, it probably is an XL. But yeah, you can see there I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have that cranked down a good bit to get it to fit my head. So it's relatively large in that regard. But I mean, all in all, it did what it said it's going to do. And obviously most people are not going to get shot in the head with 357 Magnum at 10 feet. The most likely threats you're going to face are going to be the 9s, the 45s, 380s, etc. And any type of blast stuff that you're going to get is typically, not always, obviously there are exceptions, there's shape charges and other things, but most blast fragmentation is going to be less of a threat than what 3A can handle. So there is that as well. I suppose with that, if you guys have any questions, you can post them down below in the comments section. But if you guys are subscribed here and you like this type of video and you're not seeing 2 videos a week and you've hit the notification bell, and if you're not subscribed here, please go ahead and do so. But if you've done all that and you're still not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week, definitely sign up for the email at the website here on your screen. That email goes out at most once a month, and it has all of the videos since my previous email went out, so that way there's no big tech social media giant censoring you from my content. Additionally, when stuff like this goes on sale, ammo, accessories, whatever the case may be, that goes out in my daily deals email, and if it's in that email, it has 6 or 7 of the best deals that I find anywhere on the internet. And if it's in there, rather, it is the cheapest I know of anywhere on the internet on that particular day. So it saves you guys some time because you don't have to look around, and hopefully saves you some money with a good deal. So I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.